What are these people looking at? Why are their faces like that? What did they see? They're looking at $450,312,500. Oh, I mean the Leonardo da Vinci painting Salvator Mundi. But why is it worth this much? Today you'll find out how the world became a copy machine, why people buy land on the moon in advance, and why it's so expensive. Let's go. This pearl costs $3, and this one costs $30,000. Wait, or is it the other way around? Well, figuring out the prices of pearls is really hard. Experienced jewelers know that they can be more expensive than diamonds, especially when you consider certain factors. The price of a pearl is influenced by its size, color, shape, surface quality, and even the luster. In short, the bigger and smoother a pearl is, the more money a buyer will pay for it. However, I would say the record belongs to a pearl that's neither round nor smooth, but it's just giant. It weighs 75 pounds, and its value is estimated at $100 million. Of course, it's hard to compete with such a thing, but if we speak about pearls of a regular shape, there is one unique kind, which is considered one of the most valuable. Mellow pearls are a magnificent creation of nature, made, oddly enough, by the mellow snail. It's said that the chance of finding a pearl in it is 1 in several thousand. So it turns out that such raw, high-quality pearls are usually worth more than $75,000, while some jewelry with them is worth more than $250,000.
Shut up and take my money!
But I do have one question. Why the hell are pearls so expensive in the first place? It's just a shiny pebble taken out of a clam. Well, that seems to be the point. Pearls are the only gem that are created by a living thing. The formation of pearls is a protective reaction of the mollusk to any foreign body, a process that can't be well controlled. Even when artificial cultivation takes place, and if we speak about mellow pearls, people still couldn't make this mollusk grow at least one pearl. That's to say, every single one of them is absolutely natural, created by wildlife itself. It's even strange that the price doesn't start at $1 billion. Imagine someone finding a mellow pearl by accident, because people eat these mollusks. A very realistic scenario. Like the story of a man named Rick Antosh who ordered $15 worth of oysters at the Grand Central Oyster Bar and nearly broke a tooth on a pearl worth several $1,000s.
That was the best oyster pan roast I ever ordered.
And what do you know about Dubai? The largest commercial, financial, and tourist center in the Middle East, the real kingdom of luxury. But where does one city get so much money? Could it be tourism? No, it's unlikely that people would have come here before Dubai became Dubai as it is now. Oil then. But it wasn't discovered until 1966. And the history of the city began much earlier. There is a reason I brought up Dubai in the first place. It's all about pearls. Before the discovery of the oil fields, pearls were the main wealth of the Persian Gulf and the main source of income for the locals. It's said that Dubai was even called the Pearl Coast. Almost all the male population of the coast was searching for mollusks despite the dangers that lurked in the depths. And there wasn't even any special equipment. It was the 19th century. When people learned how to grow pearls, the traditional pearl diving gradually disappeared. But the UAE remembers its past, and that's why you can find something like a museum today at the place where Dubai once started. It's a village of pearl divers. And in just a couple of centuries, it's grown into one of the richest cities in the world. It's even strange that the capital of the Emirates is in Abu Dhabi, but it also knows how to surprise. Remember the painting from the beginning of the video? This unique Da Vinci painting, considered lost for many years, was sold at auction in 2017 and became the most expensive work of art in world history.
And the piece is sold.
Prince Badr bin Abdullah bin Mohammed bin Farhan Al Saud bought the painting, and everyone expected it to end up in the new Louvre Abu Dhabi Museum soon. But that didn't happen. The painting disappeared.
You serious?
Then turned up on another prince's yacht. Then art historians doubted it was a real Da Vinci at all. But people really were delighted with the painting. Look at them with tears in their eyes. However, maybe DiCaprio's just upset that he's not enough. Leonardo? Okay, even without Da Vinci, there's a lot to see in Abu Dhabi. The local Louvre, and yes, it really is a franchise of the Paris Louvre, hosts many other exhibitions. For example, Rembrandt's paintings. But we're interested in one particular painting by this famous artist, the Allegory of Smell. Like Salvator Mundi, it was long considered lost until it was found. in a basement. From there, the painting went to resellers who priced it at a few $100s. Then there was an auction, and the price began to skyrocket. $870,000, $1.1 million. But the story didn't end there. The allegory of smell was resold for $4 million. I don't even want to think how its original owners felt when they found out about it. This is not the first story when the value of a work of art makes your hair stand up. It's hard to imagine how a paint-covered canvas could be worth that much. I guess you have to be an art historian to know about such things. How does it work? It all depends on the artist. If they're famous enough, their paintings will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the older the work, the more expensive it is. For a reason, a lot of studies are carried out to confirm the authenticity, but this is still not enough, because people have long ago learned how to counterfeit works of art.
Okay, I'll prove it. Give me time. Will you give me time?
And oddly enough, one of the first was Michelangelo. Yes, the same one who painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling and created the statue of David. You know those stories of actors in the early days of their careers not making the best movies?
Come on, go back to yourselves. Do you think I'm joking?
In Michelangelo's time, there were no movies yet. So to make money, he forged an ancient Roman statue. In 1496, the future master created a figure of a sleeping Cupid and buried it in soil with high acidity to make the sculpture appear ancient. When the work was finished, Michelangelo sold the Cupid to a dealer, who in turn sold it to a cardinal. The cardinal later learned of the fraud and demanded his money back, and the sculpture probably perished in a fire 2 centuries later. What conclusions can be drawn from this story? Well, first of all, either Michelangelo had some very talkative friends, or the cardinal had a knack for ancient sculptures. And second of all, even the greatest creators sometimes borrow ideas from others. Take Disney, for example. Yes, nowadays they copy Disney rather than the other way around, but there are some controversial moments in the company's history. One is the suspicious similarity between some elements of the animated movie The Lion King and the anime Kimba the White Lion.
Kimba the White Lion is the one.
Take a look at the names of the characters. And also, Kimba was invented much earlier, and Disney, of course, said that any similarities are coincidental. It seems that every year it becomes more and more difficult to create something truly original. And is there such a thing as originality at all? Especially when the internet intervenes. As soon as you think up something new and fresh, in a couple of hours, somewhere on the other side of the world, someone will immediately copy your idea. And for sure, they will try to make money on it before you've come to your senses. And for example, this is our case. Have you seen the video about the lions and baboons? We created it from scratch. And now look what happened. Well, I'll take that as a full recognition. But it's one thing if a person appropriates another person's idea, but what about an entire planet? Okay, not a planet, just our moon. In 1979, the United Nations adopted the agreement governing the activities of states on the moon and other celestial bodies, also called the Moon Treaty. The document states that the moon and its minerals are the common heritage of all mankind. In short, the Earth's satellite doesn't belong to any country. The problem is that only 11 countries have adopted the Moon Agreement, and another problem is there are people like Dennis Hope.
Yeah, we actually have been selling property on the moon since 1980.
In fact, this is a unique person. Dennis Hope claimed ownership of the moon in 1980, taking advantage of a legal loophole, and since then has simply selling off lunar land at the local bar and online through his company Lunar Embassy for $20 or $25 an acre. It depends on the mining rights. In 2004, Hope even created his own state, the Galactic Government, with a ratified constitution, a Congress, a monetary unit, and a patent office. Am I the only one who gets the feeling that this is some kind of weird parody of Star Wars?
Don't fail me again, Admiral.
The businessman has been sued several times, but here's the thing. Moon isn't within the jurisdiction of Earth's courts. Today, he's in the business of selling other planets and their satellites. Anything with a solid surface is for sale. So, since 1980, almost anyone can legally buy that crater, or that one. You don't like it? Then get that one. It's 50% off now. How about our special promo? 2 craters for the price of 1. Only today. But seriously, how could anyone even think of such a thing? Apparently the same way people had all other weird ideas. Take, for example, Kopi Luwak coffee.
Kopi Luwak, the rarest beverage in the world.
One of the most expensive varieties in the world, although actually the name is just a way to process it. a method you've probably heard of. The fruit of the coffee tree is eaten by Asian palm civets. They digest the pulp surrounding the coffee beans and, well, they get rid of the beans naturally. These beans are then harvested by humans, washed, and dried in the sun. Tell me this, the man who first looked at the waste products of the palm civets, what were they thinking about? Something like, hey, why don't we pack it all up and just pour boiling water on it? And after all, not only did they come up with it, but they convinced the whole world that this processed coffee is cool. Today, 2.2 pounds of such beans, cultivated in the wild, cost $1,300. And if you want to make a joke about our intro, then how much did my coffee cost, by the way? So, what were we talking about? Right, about weird ideas and animal waste. Gray amber. If the whale were a mollusk, gray amber would be its pearl. First, it appears when a sharp object enters the whale's intestines, which the whale has failed to digest. And then the object is trapped in a special fatty shell. And second, well, ambergris can be worth as much as $180,000, or even several million, depending on the weight and the buyer. Almost all harvested natural ambergris is used in perfumery to make expensive perfumes. When you think about it, though, it's just whale feces that swam in the sea for a long time and acquired a special scent. If you've ever smelled real gray amber, post in the comments what it smells like. And to not leave you on that smelly note, here's a kitty for you.
Just disconnect it from the deck.
See you later.